Minister of Health Sheikh Dr. Basil Sabah announced on Wednesday the recovery of more people from COVID-19. The minister said analysis, medical examinations, and tests proved that these cases were cured of the coronavirus. The official said that the recovered will be transferred to the hospital recuperation ward pending their discharge within the next few days. The Ministry of Health announced on Wednesday the registration of 168 new positive cases with COVID-19 in the Sultanate. 41 of the new cases are Omanis and 127 cases for non-Omanis. This brings the total number of positive COVID-19 cases in the Sultanate to 2,903, in addition to 13 death cases. The ministry also pointed out that 888 cases have recovered. The Health Ministry went on to advise citizens and residents to keep on washing hands with water and soap, as well as avoiding touching the face, nose, mouth, and eyes, and following the health habits when coughing and sneezing. Ministry of Public Health announced the registration of 830 confirmed new cases of COVID-19, as well as 146 new recovered cases in the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of recovered cases in the state of Qatar to 2,070. The ministry explained that most of the new cases are due to expatriate workers who have been infected with the virus as a result of contact with individuals who have been previously infected. These cases have been identified as a result of investigations carried out by the ministry. The remainder of new cases infected with the virus have come from citizens and residents who have contracted the virus from members of their families who in turn had contracted the virus through their workplaces or other places where they have been exposed to infected people. All the new infected cases have been quarantined where they are receiving the necessary medical care. The Health Ministry said on Wednesday the Philippines' coronavirus infections have broken past the 10,000 mark. In a bulletin, the Health Ministry reported 320 additional infections, bringing the total to 10,004. It also reported 21 new deaths, bringing the total to 658. But 98 patients have recovered, bringing total recoveries to 1,506. Meanwhile, the Health Department said on Wednesday at least 100 COVID-19 patients in the Philippines will be given the anti-flu drug Avigan from Japan as part of a clinical trial in treating the highly contagious disease. A department official said it was preparing a protocol to choose the patients to be included. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government confirmed 38 new coronavirus cases Wednesday, coming in under 100 for the fourth straight day, in a sign that the virus spread may be slowing. The total number of infections in Tokyo stood at around 4,750, the highest among Japan's 47 prefectures. Tokyo, which marked the highest daily count of 201 on April 17, saw 91 new confirmed cases on Sunday, 87 on Monday, and 58 on Tuesday. Although the numbers are on decline, the government of Tokyo said the testing would be limited during the Golden Week holidays. A state of emergency was declared on April 7th for Tokyo, Osaka, and 5 other prefectures, and was later expanded to over the rest of the country, which will continue until the end of May. Russia recorded more than 10,000 new coronavirus cases for the fourth day in a row on Wednesday, surpassing Germany to become the country with the sixth highest number of confirmed infections. Russia has emerged as a new hotspot for the virus and in recent days has been recording the highest number of new infections in Europe. Health officials on Wednesday reported 10,559 new cases over the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of infections to 165,929 with 1,537 deaths. Take the New York metropolitan area's progress against the coronavirus out of the equation, and the numbers show the rest of the U.S. is moving in the wrong direction, with the known infection rate rising even as states move to lift their lockdowns. According to figures from Johns Hopkins University, new confirmed infections per day in the US exceeded 20,000 and deaths per day are well over 1,000. And public health officials warn that the failure to flatten the curve and drive down the infection rate in places could lead to many more deaths, perhaps tens of thousands, as people are allowed to venture out and businesses reopen. The densely packed New York metropolitan area, consisting of about 20 million people across a region that encompasses the city's northern suburbs, Long Island, and northern New Jersey, has been the hardest hit corner of the country, accounting for at least one-third of the nation's 70,000 deaths. Britain has drawn up a three-stage plan to ease the coronavirus lockdown that was first imposed at the end of March. The government must review the lockdown by May 7th, but Prime Minister Boris Johnson has made clear that he is worried about triggering a second deadly spike in cases. Premier Johnson is expected to set out a plan for exiting the lockdown on Sunday. According to news reports, the first phase will involve small shops reopening alongside outdoor workplaces, and the second will involve large shopping centers reopening, with more people encouraged to go into work. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez looks set to secure enough parliamentary votes on Wednesday to extend the state of emergency for 2 more weeks as the country exits a lockdown imposed to control one of the world's worst coronavirus outbreaks. The parliamentary wrangling on how to orchestrate the exit from a lockdown which has devastated the economy and led to huge job losses underlines the fragile political environment in a country that has faced 4 national elections in 4 years. Premier Sanchez's weak coalition government has secured the support of the regional Basque National Party, PNV, in addition to the center-right party, which said late on Tuesday it would back an extension of the state of emergency set to expire on Saturday. The Israeli army attacked military positions of the Hamas movement early Wednesday after activists in the Palestinian enclave fired a rocket at the Jewish state. The army said in a statement a rocket was fired from the Gaza Strip towards the Israeli territory, adding in response, an IDF tank targeted 3 Hamas military posts in the northern Gaza Strip. A military spokeswoman said that the Gaza rocket hit an open field near the border with no immediate reports of damages or injuries. Wednesday's rocket was the first since March 27th and came as Israel was lifting restrictions on movement and business aimed at curbing the spread of coronavirus. The Iraqi military said that 3 Katyusha rockets landed in the perimeter of Baghdad International Airport Wednesday but caused no damage or casualties. There was no immediate claim of responsibility for the attack. Security officials said it was not immediately clear whether military base hosting U.S. troops next to the airport was the target. The United States blames a series of rocket attacks near or on bases hosting its troops this year on militia groups, although those groups have not claimed them. Tension between the United States and Iran has ramped up over the last year, culminating in the U.S. killing of Iranian military mastermind Qasem Soleimani and Iraq's paramilitary chief Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis in a drone strike at Baghdad airport in January. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani threatened a crushing response Wednesday if the United States goes ahead with plans to extend an embargo on Iranian trade of conventional arms, which the United Nations is set to lift later this year. Under Iran's deal with the world powers to accept limits to its nuclear program in return for the lifting of sanctions, a UN weapons embargo is due to expire in October.